I have quite a few cameras. I've got my biggest, the Canon 7D Mark II, I've got the Canon 250D, I've got my compact camera, I've got my smartphone. And now, I've got a tiny camera. Yes, this tiny little camera is the DJI Action 2. And today I'm going to be telling you my first impressions of this camera. It includes greatness and also really quite disappointingness, if that's a word. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now this is just my first impressions video. This is what I've seen from this lens, my first thoughts, feelings about the camera. Now this is just the lens section of the camera. There's also an LCD module which magnets onto the bottom like so. Now when this camera arrived I was very excited. I bought this camera with my own money. DJI are not associated with me in any way, shape or form, and I got it at quite a discount. I got it at £300-ish when it's normally sold at £455. So that was great. It was a bargain. It looks incredible. I love the style of this camera. I've used it a little bit. The stabilization on it, the rock steady, is great. I love it. It also has a really wide angle camera. This is all great. I'm kind of jumping over all of this because I'm going to do a proper review of this camera in a bit. Now, after the unboxing of the camera, I charged it up. I had a bit of trouble connecting it to my smartphone, eventually did, and now it connects perfectly fine every time. I then took it out for the weekend and I used it a bit. I filmed in the car and it was very smooth. I filmed out in a beautiful natural area called Bushy Park near London. Now I released a short a few weeks ago of a dragonfly taking off from a lake in slow motion. That was filmed with this camera, with the camera module of this being waterproof. I didn't have to worry about it getting wet, and I took that video in slow motion, which was absolutely awesome. The quality and the usableness of this camera is insane. I love it. So, with all that being said, why am I making this video? The reason I'm making this video is because I have an issue with this camera, and that is specifically this camera right here, not across all the boards. My camera won't charge over 68%. Now, this is a hardware issue, and DJI have been incredible when it comes to their contacts. I've gone to their support and I've contacted them. They're incredibly helpful and they're sorting it out perfectly fine and going to send a replacement. However, I wanted to make this video before I sent it back just to say that this camera could have a hardware issue. I've researched it and a few other people have also had this issue. And the main reason is not because I want to say it's a bad camera. As I say, the camera itself is amazing, and when I get the replacement model, hopefully that one will charge perfectly fine and it'll be great. More to the point, I want to tell you that if yours is only charging to 68%, because I've seen a few people have this issue when I researched it, get in contact with DJI. Their support service is honestly amazing, the best one I've ever had so far, and they will go through everything you need for returning it and getting it back. So except for the inconvenience, it's perfectly fine. But when I mention the inconvenience, that's quite a big thing, because I'm going away in just over a week and I've still got the old model. Now I need to return this and get a replacement after their technicians have looked at it and found out the fault with the camera. And I don't know if the camera is going to be returned back to me before I go away. If it isn't, that's going to be quite disappointing because I'm going to be vlogging the experience of going away. We're going to a beautiful country area down in Cornwall, and I really want to be able to show you guys it. So let's really hope that the camera comes through in time for that. It should do, and I really hope it does, because if not, that will be frustrating. This video doesn't really have a theme. I just thought I'd do a bit of talking about the DJI Action 2, tell you my issue with the battery charging, and then I'll also update you when I get a new one and do a full review. So with that all being said, hit that like button, subscribe, go check out my links in the description to my shop and my Patreon, show your love, and I'll see you in the next one.